going over question number 4 in this class, guys. In question number 4, everybody's going to do that. As I progress through the rest of the week, I will remind everybody at one time or another about making sure you watch this video on section 4. Guys, before we get started, one of the things that I want to bring to your attention is the other videos. Guys, the other videos, especially this page right here, goes over completing the square. On the performance exam, if you choose question number 1, guys, you're going to have to complete the square. If you complete the square on this question, question number 1, everybody will work number 4, and then from the rest of that, you're going to have choices to make. That choice is up to you. Okay, this will be a test grade. Okay, there's 5 questions. You pick one. Okay, you're going to have to do 2 questions. One of them, I'm telling you what it's going to be, and that's what we're going to go over in a second. Okay, number 4. I'm going to go over that in just a second. If this is one you choose, just let me warn you, guys, the problem that you're going to have to complete the square on is not going to be an easy one. It's going to be a problem that looks like this, guys. And what I would bring to your attention is that you should be able to complete the square on it if you'll write the information out. Guys, completing the square on 13/6 is not that difficult if you write it out. Because how do you find half of a number? You multiply it by what?
0.5.
1 over 2. Guys, not 0.5. You multiply it by 1 over 2. It is the same thing as long as you know that 13/6 times 0.5 is 13/12. Guys, where you fit into that is entirely up to you. But guys, to me, it makes more sense to find half of something to multiply it by 1 over 2. When you multiply 13/6 by 1 over 2, that gives you 13 over 12. Well, at this point, you should then know to complete the square, guys, you square 13/12, which gives me 169 1/44. And so I add 169 1/44 to both sides. What do you got to have when you add fractions?
Denominator.
So when I have 5/6 here, I have to change 5/6 to 120 over 1/44. Again, I know I'm going over this fast, and I'm going over fast because I'm going to do that, and you can go back and watch this complete video on your own time, guys. On your own time, you can watch the video of how to work this. Okay, what we're doing in here today is question number 4. Again, you're going to start out with these blue sheets, guys, just like you had on the milestone. You will have the opportunity here to know what the formula will be given to you. And the formula for this problem right here, guys, this is a volume equals area of the base times the height. So what I want you to do right quick is grab that calculator. Look, grab that calculator right quick. And is there somebody who can tell me what the volume of this, what is that object? A rectangular prism. What the answer to that would be if the formula is volume equals area of the base times the height. I'm waiting on an answer, guys. What you ought to do is pick up that calculator right there by you and find the volume of this real quick. As soon as you got an answer, somebody call it out. 30. Okay. Let's see here. Oh. Let me erase this. Yes, I agree with you that it is 30, guys, because the formula for volume is area of the base times the height. Like Darius said, it's a rectangular prism. So the rectangle on bottom, 5 times 2 is 10, times 3 is 30. Somebody else says, no, Coach Hill, that's not how I look at it. I look at it as this space right here is the base. So 3 times 5 is 15. What's 3 times 5? 15 times 2. 30. Same answer. You could also say, look, this side over here is the base. If you said this side over here is the base, that would be 3 times 2. Well, 3 times 2 is 6, times 5, again, is what?
30.
And so I have the same volume. Here is a a cylinder. Guys, I'm going to give you the formula for a cylinder. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to say volume equals pi times r squared h. So here's the picture right here. Pi r squared h. Go ahead and figure out, guys, go ahead and figure out what the answer is and just call it out when you think you got what the answer is. As problem number 2, pi r squared, what's r squared? What is it? 7 what now? 785, let's see, I squared, that's 25 times 10 is 250. See what he's saying? So like he said, 785. Now, it is 0.4. Okay, again, what are you going to have to be able to do? Guys, for me to feel comfortable about you being able to do this, guys, I am giving you the formulas. They were given to you on a milestone. Guys, what you've got to do is you've got to show that you can do the formulas. Okay, here, this is a what? Cone. So the formula for cone is volume, I'm giving it to you right now. Volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. So it's the same, guys, it's the same formula as a cylinder. The only thing is you're going to divide your answer by 3. So go ahead and work right now. Guys, take your pencil, or take your calculator right there. Work r squared, 9 times 7. Come on. 63 times it by pi, divided by 3. Well, let's hold on a second before you do that. Guys, let's hold off a second, and let's do this. Let's say 9 times 7 is 63. Take 63 and divide 63 by 3, and that gives me what? 21. Take 21, guys, take 21 and times it by pi. Guys, when you take 21 and times it by pi, you also get the same answer that y'all were saying, 66. Good? Keep going. What is this? Sphere. Formula? Very good. Cube. Cube. Formula for volume of a sphere. 4/3 pi times r cubed. It's not so important to me that you remember that, guys. I'm going to give you a page that's going to have it on it. What you are going to need to show me is that you can take this picture right here that has a radius of 3 and times it by 4/3. Well, what's 3 cubed? 27. So 4/3 times 27, guys, 4/3 times 27.
And 36.
3 goes into there 9 times. 4 times 9 is 36. So the answer is 36 pi. What's the final answer? 36 times 3.1415729 goes on forever and ever and ever. Never repeats. Or, waiting on a final answer.
113.04.
Y'all are saying 0.04 something, something? This gives me 0.1. Is that good? Okay, so you'll get a different answer based on what you use for pi. If you use 3.14, you'll get one answer, and you use 4/3 times 27 pi, you'll get another type answer. Also, remember this: be careful with parentheses and stuff. You can mess one up right there real quick. That's what happens here with this next problem if you aren't careful. Let me move this up a little bit. What is this? Pyramid. What kind of pyramid? Rectangular pyramid. Formula for a pyramid? Base times height divided by 3. 1/3 base times height. What's the base? Keep trying. 20. Base is 20. It's a rectangular pyramid. What's the height? 6. So 20 times 6 divided by 3.
40 and 40.
Wait a minute now. Somebody else said, wait, Coach Hill, that's not the way I did it, Coach Hill. What I did was, whoa.
Oh my.
What I did was this. I took the problem and I said a third of 6. What's a third of 6? Times 40, or excuse me, 2 times 20. Same answer. Same exact answer. It really doesn't matter the formula where you pick up in using the formula. You have 3 things to multiply together, or really 4 things, because the way you go about finding the area is 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times a third of 6. Well, a third of 6 is 2. 20 times 2 gives me the same answer here, 40. So 1/3 base times height. Okay, that leads us to this question. Now, this question is a pretty cool question here, guys, and it's very similar to, I don't know if you remember back to the milestone review that we did, but it was a problem that asked us to compare 2 objects, a cone, 1/3 base times height, and a cylinder. Okay? What happened then was the cone was twice the size of the cylinder. Okay? Instead of being the same height, the cone was twice as high. Well, that's the same kind of what's going on here. It's saying the volume of a rectangular prism and a right cylinder, a rectangular prism and a right cylinder is 125 cubic meters. The rectangular prism has a base of 1,500 meters. So the volume, guys, the volume of the prism is area of the base times the height. Okay, so 125,000 equals 15,000 H. And the right cylinder has a base of 800 pi. So this one is volume equals area of the base times the height. This time 125,000 equals 800 pi. So 800 pi times H. This part on the left is not a problem. Guys, this shouldn't be a problem for you. Divide by 15,000. Divide by 15,000. And you should get an answer. Do it using your calculator. You get an answer yet? Somebody call it out. 8.3 repeating? Okay, over here is the one I'm worried about. And the reason I'm worried about this one is because, guys, I think this is what causes us problems with standardized tests at in our situation. As we don't get that there is a way to use those calculators. And you have to be very careful with how you go about using it. Guys, divide it by 800 pi, divide 125,000 divided by 800 pi, and see what answer you get. Guys, if I just take and I plug into my calculator 125,000 divided by 800. Hold on a second. Divided by 800 pi, and you type it out just like that in your calculator, you're going to get 490.87 whatever. Guys, that's not right. Okay? What you've got to do is you've got to put that 800 pi in parentheses. Guys, put this 800 pi in parentheses, and what will happen is that will solve you the H. It's not 490.87. It's 125,000 divided by 800 pi. And so, I thought it worked out that the cylinder is taller. Because the height of the cylinder is 49.74. The height of the prism is 8.3. So this, guys, this ends up being the taller of the two. Pretty cool? Guys, it makes a difference how you put that in parentheses or not.